Average men can actually have good results with dating apps, and it's not about looks per se, it's about having good photos, right? There's a logic behind what is a good photo. I'm gonna teach you everything that I know. My name is Dan. I used to work as a dating app photographer. I developed my own methodology. I apply this with hundreds of men all around the world, and it works. So there's no paywall here. Just watch the video, send this to your photographer, and if you apply everything that I'm gonna teach you here, I promise you're gonna see much better results. Hello guys, what is up? So this is going to be pretty much what it says. Photos that do work on dating apps. What type of pictures men need to get more matches on dating apps, and not only matches. Let's not focus on matches, but let's focus on being more attractive and actually getting matches that are interested in you so you can go on a date, right? It's not about women liking you for validation and that's it. We actually want to build something here, whether it's a relationship or just casual. We need certain pictures that actually attract women so we can make things happen. And I see a lot of confusion around this topic, like the men who have success in dating apps. They just upload a few pictures. Some of them will actually go an extra mile and hire a photographer or whatever, but most of them do not know what's going on. And they upload pictures, random pictures. They may try a little bit and assume what's attractive or what's not, and their friends say certain pictures are good and they are gonna use those pictures, but in the end nothing works. They are either getting no quality matches or like they are not even getting likes or anything. So what's the logic behind it? And this is what we are gonna talk about. Okay, so who am I and why you should trust me? You should not trust me. I want you to actually test what I am going to say. Feel free to share this video with your friends, with your girlfriends. Ask them if this makes any sense, because I'm pretty confident that if you do apply everything that I am teaching you here, it's gonna work. Okay, I swear. Okay, I don't swear, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to work well enough if you apply what I'm going to teach here. So yeah, I've been traveling the world and dating since 2016, so I've been to all continents. I've met women from all backgrounds, and I've been working as a dating app photographer for the past 5 years. So what I am teaching you here, you can actually replicate. So this is not something that's working exclusively for me. I have tested this with many other guys, and most of them, the vast majority, had success with this, okay? And yeah, like I'm just an average looking guy. I'm not tall, I'm not like particularly attractive. So yeah, it's something that's supposed to work for all men, okay? So common questions. These are things that my clients would often talk about before beginning. And hopefully one of your concerns is here as well. The first one is dating apps are shallow, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, they are fucking shallow, especially depending on the country you are, they are going to feel more shallow than other countries, okay? However, the thing is, for you to, once you manage to quote unquote conquer a dating app, it's pretty easy to conquer other online areas, okay? I mean in dating. Social media is a great place to actually find romantic partners nowadays, not in the obvious way of like sending messages to every woman you find attractive, but there are ways to actually build good relationships through social media, which I'm not gonna get into now. And even known dating apps, right? There are many apps on the internet, and once you have good pictures, once you have a good profile, then you know, like the possibilities, the sky's the limit pretty much, okay? So yeah, dating apps are shallow, but let's be honest, so are we, right? We want a woman that we do find attractive. We are not, most of us are not willing to date a woman that we are not attracted to. And it's the same for women, but what is attractive to women is different than what is attractive to men, all right? So, I mean, not that different, but we are gonna get into this. The thing that I want to talk about here is the perceived value and the actual value. So, perceived value is what a woman feels when she looks at your profile, right? It's not even what she thinks, it's what she feels. And actual value is who you are as a person. So it's your charisma, your personality, your values, all of the good stuff that you're going to, like, once you talk to the woman, she will find out, you're going to express yourself, that's your actual value. Most men tend to think, in my experience, that the actual value should be enough. Once you have like a high actual value, you are legitimately a good person. That's all that matters. Like, I don't need to put that much effort into perceived value. Like, I don't need like fucking professional photo shoots to get a woman, because she's not going to be that shallow. She will understand that I have actual value. Unfortunately, it's not like that, because there are so many men with actual value and perceived value, right? So we do need to actually step it up and play the game. So without perceived value, no woman will have interest in your actual value, okay? This is very important. And of course, I'm talking about online dating specifically. In real life, it's different, okay? And because of that, your profile, it must be crafted. It must be, you must put some thought behind your profile and create something that's actually attractive. And of course, a good profile is only going to enhance what you already have. In other words, if you're not taking good care of yourself, it's gonna be exponentially more difficult, okay? This is simply how it is. This is just the reality of dating. So, all the bullshit you already heard before, you gotta work out, you need to take good care of your hair, your beard, your skin, your style, all of that plays a massive role in this, okay? You need to always be your best self in the pictures, and of course in life as well, okay? It's not that it's impossible, right? If you're not at the peak of self-care right now, you still can definitely go on dates and whatnot, but it does make things a little bit harder. We need to be honest here. Okay, so this is what we are going to talk about, all right? So you can pause here and take a look. So I'm just gonna get straight into it because I don't want this video to be huge and I talk a whole fucking lot. What makes a good profile? Let's get into it. Okay, so something that's important to understand is that your profile should be around 80% masculine and the other 20% friendly, okay? What are masculine things? Eye contact, like taking a picture, looking at the camera, having manly hobbies like motorbikes, sports, martial arts, big dogs, pitbull, Rottweilers, all of those dogs, weightlifting, formal outfits, right, like James Bondish style, uniforms, cops, what else, like firemen, all of those people, I think that's what it's called. Showing leadership is a very good one, okay? And of course, natural features, natural masculine features. If you're tall, if you have muscles, abs, a strong jawline, all of that, all of those things are masculine, okay? And what is friendly? Friendly shows that you're not a psycho, pretty much. So you need pictures that you're smiling, laughing, arts are really good, small cute dogs, helping other people, and so on and so forth. Something that is important here is that it's going to vary from person to person. So if you are naturally a more masculine looking guy, you will want to have more friendly pictures as well, okay? So if you are big and have like huge muscles, you will want to have more pictures where you appear friendly, where you're smiling or whatever. And if you are not so masculine looking, then of course you need more pictures that you show something masculine in your pictures, okay? This is important, all right? And of course, there's a good profile, which is good pictures, which you're going to learn here. And there's a top-notch profile, which is when you have good pictures that tell a story. So I'm gonna show you a few examples later on, okay? But let's say, for example, that you are a chef and you like skateboarding, I guess. I don't know. So instead of putting that in your bio, you should have pictures that once the woman goes through the pictures, she will already know that you are a chef and that you like skateboarding, okay? So the more you tell about your life with your pictures, the better. It's not necessary, but yeah, this is what makes a top-notch profile in my opinion. Okay, so some other things here. How many pictures do you need? Like I suggest between 4 to 5 pictures. I think that's the good spot, the sweet spot. Usually how I write bios, I'm gonna make another video about bios, but it's actually quite simple. I usually just talk a little bit about the interests you have, like I love traveling, I love drawing, whatever, and then what you're looking for. Like I would love to I don't know, find someone to go to the movies with and have an ice cream. I don't know. So usually I just divide my bio into these two things, okay? And please, this is fucking crucial. Do not be negative on your bio, okay? Don't be like, don't express negativity, okay? Even if it's actually your true self and you do think that being honest is good, and it is, okay? But being honest about your negativity has a time and place. This is when when you have already something going on with the woman, okay? And you have a connection. At this stage, you must focus on being your best self, okay? And of course, don't be fucking sexual yet as well. Like, even if you do want to have quick things, one night stands, whatever, don't mention it in your bio. This should be more subtle, okay? And a brief pause here because I forgot to include this. You want to use your strengths, okay? So let's say you're a tall man. You want to take pictures where it's obvious that you're tall. Maybe next to a car, maybe next to other people, maybe next to a door. You want to subtly show your best features, okay? If you have beautiful eyes, you're not gonna take pictures from far away, right? You're gonna take pictures a little bit closer to the camera where your eyes are visible. So always use whatever advantage you have, okay? Now this is the good part. Okay, what makes a good photo? First thing, and this is something that I see as a mistake so often, you need to have your face visible, okay? This is crucial, guys, please. Avoid hats, sunglasses, harsh shadows. Your face must be clearly visible, okay? Especially in your first picture. Let's say you have 4 pictures, right? And you have 3 pictures with your face clearly visible, and you have 1 picture where you are wearing sunglasses or whatever. That's fine, right? But most of your pictures, you need to actually have your face clearly visible. So these are some bad examples. You can pause here to take a look. So neutral facial expression, a masculine facial expression, or a soft smile is the best thing you can do, okay? So here are some more examples, some bad examples. You see, like, these are the same people, like this man in the middle here and this man on the left. They are the same guy, and you can see how much better he looks in the first picture, right? Facial expression, it changes everything, right? So you can have an amazing picture. If you have a bad facial expression in this picture, it's not going to help you. And yes, of course, you need a relaxed masculine body language, all right? So here are some more examples and some examples of what not to do. The crossed arms, they can work in some cases, But in this particular case, you can tell like he looks annoyed, he doesn't look very happy. In the other ones, you can see like they're walking a little bit weird. Like you don't want that, okay? I just aim for a masculine, natural looking pose. And of course, well-fitted clothes. This is very important actually. So all of those four things, they are crucial to make a good picture. Now we are gonna get into the types of good pictures that you want to have. First one, magnificent background. So when you're swiping through loads of women, right? Actually, the other way around. When women are swiping through loads of men, like they are looking at selfies, they're looking at the same style of picture. When you have something different that calls their attention, this is very good. And I like the word magnificent here because that's really what it means. It's a sense of space. When you look at those pictures, like it feels great. It feels like magnificent. It feels like huge, right? You can see like there's a sense of how do you say something big, something vast. I don't know the fucking word, but that's what you need. And these pictures will immediately make the woman stop, and then she will look at your face. So these pictures are a little bit like a clickbait in a way, okay? These are good pictures to have as your first picture. Some other examples. So these are clients of mine, all of the three. And you can see like none of these pictures, they were casual, right? We planned, we took many shots, right? And this is how you should do with your pictures. You shouldn't just take like 3 or 4 pictures and call it a day. You should take hundreds of pictures actually, and then filter through them and see which one you like the best. So these are some bad examples of magnificent backgrounds, because even though some of those backgrounds are nice, you can see like one of them, the man's looking shy, the other one, like the facial expression does not look attractive. It's important that you do look attractive in those pictures, okay? Action shots. So action shots are pretty much shots where you're doing an activity and you forget that the camera is there. These pictures are very good, okay? I would highly recommend having one of those pictures doing any type of sport or activity or even talking to people, or even cooking. Like it's something that you forget that the camera is there. It's always good. It's very candid. Some other examples. Hobbies are also very good. They are similar to the action shot, but in a hobby you can actually, right, it's okay to look at the camera, it's okay to, right, engage a little bit. Like it's a little bit of a more posy-ish shot, but they are still equally good. Some other examples. Okay, so pictures with dogs are also very good. Okay. What can I say here? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just make sure that you're, like, for all of those pictures, you always want to make sure that you're following what I taught you in the beginning, right? Your face is clearly visible and you're dressed well enough. All of those are always important. So these are some types of bad pictures. Like in this picture in the middle, you can see like the background's not that great. The wall looks dirty. In the other picture, the pose is not the best. So it's not because you took a picture with your dog that it's automatically a good picture, right? So you need to be aware of those things. Positions of power, like speaking in public, is always great, okay? Like performing, it's much better if there are people actually looking at you in the picture, okay? This is something I noticed with my clients in the pictures we took. Like women tend to find more attractive when there are people in the crowd looking at you, right? So if that's visible in the picture, that's definitely a winner. If you have like the attention of people from the crowd, that's actually great. Showing status, this is also very good to have. Do not go overboard with this, okay? Because you don't want to be attracting gold diggers, right? So you just want to, these pictures, they should just say, they should imply that you have your life together. It's not about I'm a millionaire and I'm gonna give you money, okay? This is not the type of women you want in your life, trust me. So this is only about saying, okay, I have like money, I can travel, I can, right? I can go to luxurious places and whatever. So here's another example. And this is how you should not do it, right? So not being properly dressed, or the picture itself is not good enough, like it's not a good picture, like the legs are being cut off, like the face is not visible. So always bear in mind those things. Funny pictures, this is a tricky one. What I need to say is that you must find it funny, okay? Don't try to take a funny picture trying to please others, right? If you don't find this picture funny, then you should not use it. That's as simple as it gets. Okay, these are some good examples, right? The one in the middle is very sarcastic, but in a very subtle way. Okay, not that subtle, but you get what I mean. So this, like, because when you're sarcastic, sometimes you can go a little bit overboard and it doesn't look very good. So I like these examples. I think they are great examples of a funny picture. And these are things you should not do, okay? If you're not looking good in the picture, it does not matter how funny it is looking, okay? You must be looking good in the pictures. This is very important. Showing off your body, only if you're physically fit, of course. You don't need to be shredded, but of course, if you're not fit, this is usually not a good idea. And you should do this in an appropriate environment. So at the beach, the pool, the ocean, whatever. And of course, you can also do this wearing fit clothes, right? Those not fit clothes, like the tight clothes. I'm not sure how they are called, but if you have like a somewhat tight t-shirt, it's going to work well if it shows your body properly, right? So all of those are very good. And these are bad ways you should not show off your body, okay? It doesn't matter how muscular or attractive your body is, you need to show them in a proper way, okay? Always, always. Pictures well dressed are also very good, okay? And let's get into neutral pictures. So, what is a neutral picture? A neutral picture is a picture that the only thing the woman has to judge you on is how attractive you look and how dressed you are, okay? So these are pictures that are neither good or bad, and I personally don't recommend using too many of those, okay? These pictures are fine if you have like 3 or 4 good pictures, then you can throw in a neutral one, but overall they are not good pictures, okay? So at a bar and restaurant are considered neutral pictures. Meaningless background, like the background behind you is completely pointless, okay? So the woman has nothing to judge you on here. If a very good looking man takes a picture in this type of scenario, he's gonna have much more luck than a man who is not that good looking. And this is not what we get. We need to use everything in our power, okay? Always. Mirror selfies, I would say this is very close to be a bad picture, especially gym selfies, okay? But yeah, like, this is going to work for people who are very attractive, but overall it's not a good idea. Even if a very attractive man takes a picture like this, he would still have much better results following the good type of pictures, okay? And sunglasses, I think I mentioned this before in this video, but like if you have one picture with sunglasses, it's fine. But overall, avoid using sunglasses. It hides your face. Like the woman needs to see your face. These pictures are okay for social media. I would not recommend them for dating apps. And bad pictures. These are pictures that you should avoid at all costs, okay? So AI looking pictures. We are getting to a point where it's very difficult to tell what is AI and what's not. But you should avoid pictures that are obviously made with ChatGPT or whatever, okay? There's a good way to use AI, and I'm gonna talk about this later on, but overall, you don't want pictures like that. Up close, do not take pictures up close, okay? They are not good for dating apps. Even if you're super good looking, like these pictures are not going to do you any favor. Pictures that are too far and women cannot tell how you look like, okay? And yes, weird angles, like do not take pictures that you're not in your best angle, especially, okay? And finally, let's see some examples of good profiles that we have here, of my clients, of course. This is going to be brief. So we have profile 1, profile 2. As you can see, all of those profiles follow the same principles I taught you here, okay? Profile 3, profile 4, profile 5. Profile 3, you can see that it's a little bit different, right? So you have a picture where his hair is covering his face, you have a mirror selfie, but this is working for him, right? He's getting good results. And the thing is, I feel like this is a little bit like art. For example, you are a musician. When you learn music, you understand that there is rhythm, there are right notes to play. But when you become a pro musician, sometimes you can include quote-unquote wrong notes and they still sound good. This is because you have experience, you have a certain feeling, right? And this is the same for this type of picture. When you're building your profile like this, it's important to first of all learn the basics, get good results, and after that you start to explore and test different things. And profile number 5 is what I would consider a top-notch profile, because here you can tell his life just by looking at his pictures, right? He's a traveler, he works online, and he probably does video or photography or something because he has a drone. So this is a very good profile. And finally, how to apply what you learned here. It's actually super simple. Find a friend or hire a photographer, show them this video, and take good pictures and follow what makes a good picture, the principles that you learned here. Test a lot, many different combinations, okay? And as a temporary solution or even permanent solution, you can consider using AI, okay? So many of the pictures you saw here, not many, maybe 50% were made using AI. So I had clients overseas who sent me like 30 or 40 selfies that I requested in specific ways, and I was able to create these pictures for them, right? So all the good profiles that you saw here, the last top-notch 5 profiles, not all of them are necessarily top-notch, but all of the last 5 profiles you saw here, some of those pictures are actually 100% AI, okay? So this is a possibility. If this is something you're interested, you can check the description. But of course, I understand this is not everyone's cup of tea. I think this can work well if you use it, like, for example, let's say you want to take a picture in a specific place on the top of a mountain. You can actually make it with AI, make it just the way you imagine, and you test it out. Like if you start getting matches with it, great, so it works. So you can actually go to the top of the mountain and get the pictures and also enjoy your hiking and have a great time. But if you're just going to the top of the fucking mountain to take pictures, yeah, I would recommend actually at least testing it with AI and see what type of results you get, right? So AI can be an excellent way to test whatever you have in your mind. If you believe certain types of pictures would help, it's definitely a good solution. And we are getting more and more realistic as the months go by. Of course, they were not made with ChatGPT. They were not made with Google's Nano Banana, right? This is a very specific solution focused on this. So yes, if this is something you guys want to know, leave it in the comments. And that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful, and have a nice one.